All right, so what's up, everybody? It's On the Reel again, back with Curdy, Bird, and Bruce.
How y'all doing?
Hey, it's Easter Sunday. We're just sitting here and, getting ready to do our thing. Happy Easter to everybody out there.
Happy Resurrection Day to you all.
Absolutely, absolutely. We really were talking about this earlier. We really want to thank everybody. A little earlier today, we saw we have 53 subscribers in less than 2 weeks.
Beautiful thing. Very beautiful thing.
We were not expecting it at all. We knew we were going to get some, man. Really, definitely knew we were going to get some, but we didn't expect that so quick. So, man, thank you guys from the bottom of our heart. Over 400 views on our videos. 420, as a matter of fact.
It's a beautiful thing. That's funny. 420. That's going to
oh, my goodness. Everything happens for a reason.
That's going to roll over.
Bro.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is, oh, my.
Hey, but we can't.
We guys, listen, you guys are going.
We cannot thank you guys enough.
We can't, because y'all, that's amazing.
That is.
420 views. 53 subscribers in less than 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much. Keep liking the videos, man. The more likes, the better. Man, screw the whatever, man. Whatever you guys
y'all people with my last name, let's go. Subscribe.
Oh, yeah, Majors family. All couple thousand of y'all, man. Y'all like a little army, all right?
Right, need them soldiers.
Soldiers, stand up, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
Hey, no, but really, man, thank you guys from the bottom of our heart, man. Keep liking, all right? Keep subscribing. We've been asked, and, some comments have been made, and we love it, about spicing it up a little bit. So, it is fantastic and that's crazy because we said we have 420 views, right? I think everybody out there knows what 420 means.
Smoke it up.
I think everybody knows. So this is crazy because this is the topic we're running into. Everything happens for a reason, man. We've said that a million times. Y'all don't realize the shit we've been bouncing off our heads. Once again, I know I got a big ass head, Scotty. I know. I remember. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
But
you reminded me. Yeah. He got that little peanut. Yeah, I got the big head. Right. We see. It's cool. Though. It don't matter. It don't matter. But listen. So that's great because we've been bouncing these ideas off our heads for the last 2 hours, just doing this, and we said we're gonna talk about marijuana today. That Dirty Mary Jane. We're going to talk about her. Let's talk about the Dirty Mary Jane today, right?
Devil's Cabbage.
The gateway drug, which I'm going to disagree with you. I'm just going to disagree with that rate from Jump Street. And the gateway drugs, people, I'm telling you right now, caffeine and nicotine, man. And I enjoy both of those as well. So,
it's just that's the truth because that's your first addiction.
That's it.
You understand?
It's mind-altering drugs. Mind-altering drugs. Caffeine is a mind-altering drug.
That's all it is.
Doesn't matter what you think. You might not agree, but the fact is, caffeine and nicotine are mind-altering drugs.
You gotta believe that.
And that's where you start, but they're legal. It's like alcohol.
Right, exactly. Right? That's why it gets looked over.
It's like alcohol, and they get looked over. And listen, we don't fault nobody for anything they do.
Not at all.
You drink. If you're now, yeah, it is. It's absolutely
pro-choice.
We are pro-choice in every aspect.
Right.
Of life, whatever it is, man. Whoever you choose to lay with, you choose to love. Man, that is you, man. We really, truly, that is you. And, those are topics for another time.
There we go again. Let's go.
Start already. So you're supposed to tell me to shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up. Let's go. Get on to it.
But, so I'm going to tell y'all, man, I started smoking weed at a young age. Smoked it for a long time. Then I took a very long break, man. I'm talking a decade or more. Maybe I hit it once or twice, but I took it off for a very, very long time. And, back, in 2021, get hit by a guy in an F-350, and then the next thing you know, I'm at the doctor's, and they're like, they wanted to give me pain pills. Well, got my, that wasn't
History.
happening.
Right.
I said there's too much history there. So I said, look, when I had started smoking weed, I said I'm just gonna smoke weed, and yes, that helped me tremendously. With the pain that I was dealing with for the time that I dealt with it, and that's the thing about marijuana is marijuana. I mean, it is, no doubt, it is a drug, but it is a drug just like alcohol and tobacco. Alcohol and caffeine, and
Well, that's
nicotine.
what we're talking about. Like, I believe myself that marijuana, if you take both of those things, it's the lesser of the three evils.
Oh,
Is it not?
absolute. I mean, absolutely.
Like, are
100%.
we blind here or something? Like, if you look at history, I remember I did a report back in the 90s where alcohol related accidents killed 60,000 people a year. That was in the 90s. There wasn't even as many cars on the road.
right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
So
mean,
what could that number be now?
Now I'm sure. Now let's be realistic. If you smoke weed, I'm not advocating you getting behind a wheel. Do not.
No.
I mean that is dumb.
That's the law.
That's dumb.
That's the law.
And that's dumb. Let's be real, man. I mean, but in the same token, people do it with alcohol, so it's gonna happen. Like, people are gonna make those choices, and they're allowed to make those choices. But the thing to me is, we know about the prohibition in the 20s, right?
Absolutely.
With alcohol. I mean, that's a thing that we know about. Alcohol was illegal 100 years ago. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was signed 57 years ago, I believe it would be. 50, it would be 59, I'm sorry. 59 years ago. So alcohol 100 years ago was illegal. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, which something we'll definitely talk about a little later.
Absolutely.
But prohibition was 100 years ago. In 50 to 100 years, they're going to be these people are going to be out here smoking. They're going to be smoking them like cigarettes, walking down the street. Okay, I mean, it's maybe it's not that wide open because alcohol is really not that wide open. Unless you're at a sporting event, you can be in parking lots and drinking your face off and getting shit faced.
Right. Absolutely.
That's cool. Throwing up, fighting.
Go.
I can tell you, I know a bunch of potheads that when they get high, you know what they want to do? They want to sit around and laugh and smoke and eat and chill.
It's a happy euphoria.
It is.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, and this is why I hold our government responsible for a lot of things. And people, as we go through all these episodes and all this, people will understand that. If you know that there's an alternative to an opiate or a narcotic, why are we prescribing this instead of that? You understand? I remember myself one time I was in an accident. And
it wasn't your fault.
Absolutely. I was in an accident back in the day. Right. I had to go to this thing. It was called a pain clinic. And I go see this doctor, and he was like, I was like, I go through pain. And he asked me, he said, what do you do for your pain? And I said, well, I smoke weed. And he told me, he said, well, if you smoke weed, I don't have to prescribe you any other medication. Excuse me.
And how long ago was this?
This was
5 years ago?
8 years.
8 years ago.
You understand? So what? You know this?
8 years ago.
You know this. Doc, you know this?
That's crazy.
And then your alternative, because our government, once again, our nation is not a nation, it's a corporation, and that's where everyone bumps their head. Another topic for another day.
Absolutely.
But do you understand, like, you know that? You're telling me this as a doctor, but you're still willing to prescribe this other stuff, and then you put them on a pill that is under the prescription, right? He can sign you off on a pill. And then he says, okay, you're fixed. He's fixed, but his addiction is not.
Oh, no, the addiction, and that's where, and addiction is definitely something we're going to get into because we both, very personal experiences, that's something we could talk about later, too, because, man, that right there, the addiction thing, we both lived it in our lives. We've seen it.
Not jumping off topic, but
yeah.
That was the scariest part of me, like, to hear, like, because it's not just me. It made me feel like I'm glad I knew better. You are a doctor. You went to school for this. You're telling me yourself that this weed that I'm smoking is fine for the pain that I'm having because I'm telling you that it's really helping me with the pain. So it's personal experience.
But yet weed is illegal.
Exactly. How?
Why is weed illegal?
Why? Oh, I got another question. Why is it legal here and illegal there?
Yeah, I mean,
What's
there's
going
some.
on?
Why some places? Why is it? You said government, man, and that and government's definitely something that we're gonna talk about because, I spent 8 years in the reserves, bro. I mean, and I was willing to go do whatever I had to do at any time. I still am to this day at 45 years old with bad knees and a bad back. Let's roll, man. You need me? I'm gonna go instead of my son. If we have a problem, because we live, in my opinion, not everyone would agree with this, and that's cool. Once again, my opinion, we live in the absolute greatest country in this world, man. And you have to know that because if you've never been anywhere else or seen anything, if you've never talked to people that from India or from Africa or from Great Britain.
I can't totally agree with you just on these terms. I've never been outside of this country to understand what somebody else lives like. You understand what I'm saying?
And you haven't really talked to had the pleasure or the fortunate
exactly
to be able to talk to a lot of
people.
people.
I'm gonna give you a situation where I feel like that strength that you're talking about may be a little weak, and once again, it might stir up the pot a little bit. If this is one of the greatest countries that we live in, why the hell did this country trade Brittany Griner for somebody?
Oh, absolutely.
For somebody called called the Merchant of Death, over marijuana that she got a 10-year sentence for.
Right.
In Russia.
Absolutely.
Bruce.
And so this is
one
great.
more
Go ahead, please.
more thing.
Go ahead. Come
Bruce,
on. Go ahead.
We're mad about that, right?
Absolutely.
There are people right in this country that got 10 years for the same exact thing she got. What are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing?
So guess what? So that's why I say, so when I say, listen to me now, because I absolutely agree with you on, but yes, Brittany Griner, but we should have got the other guy back too. But those are, once again, those are topics. But I will say this. When I say we live in the greatest country in this world, we do. We have the most effed up government. One of the most effed up. Our government is our problem. It is not our country. It is our government. It is the people running our government. Because if you remember, we had talked about this when I told you that I had an older white gentleman that I took on a 35-minute. By the way, guys, I drive rideshare, so I really, truly, when I tell you I meet hundreds of people a week, and that's just that, and different people from everywhere, not just everywhere. And Liz, you guys would not believe but I told you I picked up an older white guy. This dude was in his 60s. We had a great conversation, man. Dude was an awesome dude. We had a similar conversation to this and said, I said I love my country to death. We live in the best country, and I wouldn't want to live in another place. But we have one of the most fucked up governments, period. And this man said to me, well, you know who runs this government? Rich, old, white men that don't even represent me, let alone the people that don't look like me or don't have the things that I have. This came from a man who was from, I want to say maybe California. But
I thought you said Arizona.
Could have been Arizona. He was out west somewhere, okay? This man was out west, but we had a great conversation. This man said, and he was in his 60s, and he said, these people that run this, they don't even represent me, let alone represent anybody else who doesn't look me or doesn't have the same things that I have.
Well, him saying that just gave me answers to what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
That's exactly why.
Exactly.
Weed is not going to be legal.
100%.
They will never understand it. To them, it was, these people got smoking and they were lazy and they were this and that. No, they weren't. 9 times out of 10, they did what they had to do, then smoke. That's how responsible people do.
You know why it's legal? You know why weed's not legal? I have it. Weed is not legal in this country for 2 reasons. 2 reasons.
I'm
2 reasons.
I got one. Let's go.
I got 2. I can think of 2. So my 2 reasons is, first of all, the government has not figured out how to tax it the proper way yet, because you can go get it for your homeboy. You can go get it from your homeboy cheaper and better than you can at the dispensary.
No, absolutely.
Okay? You can do that. And secondly,
let's see.
Secondly, and probably the most important one, is when people in society, because, people, everybody, we say this a lot of times, especially, I even catch myself doing it every once in a while. We say, well, they said, or people say. Who the hell are they and who the hell are people? What society puts out there, okay, in the interest that they want to put it out. What is marijuana associated with mostly?
Minorities.
The black community. Yeah. No, not minorities, the black community.
Absolutely.
Weed is associated with the black community. Right. They don't want that. Listen, the people that are still running our government, not our country. We have to start separating that, people.
Well, and that's the thing. Until we stand up, and that's what they want. There's always going to be a separation.
Always.
No matter.
Always.
Exactly. No matter. We're sitting here talking about weed. We're
weed.
We're sitting here talking about weed in America. Weed.
It grows out the ground.
If I threw the seeds in my front yard,
it'll grow.
It's going to be there. You understand? That's illegal.
But we are manifesting caffeine in the pop, in an energy drink,
whipping up
in the pills.
Come on, man. We're whipping up pills.
Nicotine. I got some in right now.
No, like what?
Hey, how about your nicotine story? What about your nicotine story? What did cigarette smoking do to your ass?
Man, no lie. I was used to smack I used to smoke a pack a day.
Tell these people
when
what
I was
you
like
did.
24, 25. This is a wild ass story, but I'm gonna tell it. I end up getting pneumonia. I get the pneumonia. It was like a month apart. I get the pneumonia the first time. I go to the hospital. They treat me. They get me right. They take me back out. I go again. This time, the doctor comes and he's asking me questions now. And these are questions. I'm like, what the? He comes over to me and he's like, I got to ask you these things. Because he just, thinks I have HIV, I guess. He was like, do you use intravenous needles? I was like, hell no, not at all. He was like, are you involved in any homosexual activity? Now, once again, folks, I don't care what you do, that's on you. You understand?
You gotta make these bulletins now. Yeah, look, we put it out there. We ain't gonna do it every time. Right. Listen, once again, y'all know we don't care who you lay with, who you love. We don't care what color you are, what ethnicity you are. We don't give a shit about none of that. Okay, we gonna say some things.
You do you.
You do you.
I just don't do that.
Yeah,
you hear
it's
me?
cool. Like, so the doctor asked you.
So
right?
he said this, and I'm like, hell no, like no. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
and I can picture you there doing it.
Yeah, I'm like, hell no. I was like, don't ask me nothing like that. No, I don't do that. So he was like, what about your partying activities? I was like, man, I drink. And at the time I was a drunk. You understand? I was like, yeah, I drink. And he was like, how often do you smoke? He was like, I smoke. I was like, I smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. So he was like, maybe you need to stop smoking. I've never had a cigarette since then. I never even had bronchitis.
So it's been almost 20 years.
And it's been, it's been 13 years since I smoked a cigarette.
Okay.
And never had bronchitis or pneumonia again. You understand? Like
so tobacco that's legal.
Exactly. That's what it did to me.
It shit on your life a little bit.
Absolutely.
You made a choice to change.
Yes, absolutely.
Boom.
And that was my problem. That was my direct problem, was the nicotine. You understand? Just sitting there smoking cigarettes back to back.
So which is legal, and not enough people are fighting that.
Hey, folks, I got another secret. I never stopped smoking weed, though.
Oh, folks! He said, hey, folks, I got another secret.
Do you understand? So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's how you take it. The only thing I'm saying, if you do, just be responsible.
Yeah, you absolutely. Be responsible whatever you do. Whether it's alcohol, man, whatever you're doing.
If it's a dime bag or diapers, go get the diapers. Please go get the diapers.
I like that.
Don't have your baby out there with
that. They don't even sell dime
bags. Don't have that baby out there in that onesie just button up like that, man. You know what I mean? The yellow spot in the middle. Don't do that to your baby. For real.
Oh my God, but so for real. But yeah, man. I mean, so it's crazy, and I do, man. Once again, I say this all the time too, man. Such a diverse group of people that I'm friends with.
Yes.
And I see so much. Like I see people that still want to call like marijuana dope.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we say that like, oh, you get that dope, you know.
Right, but we know what it means.
But we know what we're talking about. Like,
right.
Marijuana is not dope, guys. Yes, it is a drug, but it is the one thing. Once again, the big
it's
three.
Classified as a drug.
Yes, you got tobacco, caffeine, nicotine, caffeine, and alcohol. These are all tobacco's made,
taking folks out. We talking about this taking people out.
This stuff is destroying lives. Like you don't see people. No one's ever overdosed on marijuana. People
Absolutely.
have overdosed on caffeine. Their heart has exploded.
Exactly.
People have died because of cigarette smoking.
I mean, I don't know if you ever saw
alcohol.
I don't know if you ever saw anybody with alcohol withdrawal, but that's not a pretty sight. That is not a pretty sight.
Not at all.
It's up there right with heroin.
Right with heroin.
Yes, absolutely. It's not pretty.
Guess what?
It's not
Nobody
pretty.
smokes weed. And here's the other thing. And especially the gateway drug. That we heard that a lot growing up.
For real, gateway drug. What other? I ain't never.
And that's why I think.
Nothing.
When you're able to look and say the first drug I ever had was a Mountain Dew.
Man, wow. Hey, ooh, you're punching people below the belt. Right
the first drug. Yeah. I mean, I drink Mountain Dew.
We like kids drinking right now. Then you want to beat him when he done did the back
off the trampoline.
Yeah, right.
Like, look at this.
Right, he's turned up. For real, he is turned on.
Because you give your kid a Mountain Dew, that's the first drug you introduced to your child.
Damn sure did.
Okay? And then they find their friends, and now they're out here vaping at 12 years old. And then they're drinking, they're sneaking alcohol at 15. Maybe they're smoking, and yes, hey, above that, man, listen, I absolutely agree. When you start getting to the harder stuff, man, that now you have an issue, but that doesn't doing the marijuana, the marijuana is not what makes people go to the other stuff. It is not. And you don't see people who are just on marijuana committing crimes. I mean, seriously, the worst crime that people who are just smoking marijuana, I'm not talking about marijuana laced with LSD or marijuana laced with fucking crack.
Right, because that's what they'll say too. That's what they'll say.
But
he got in that crash and killed 13 people, and he was weed
smoking weed. Well, they forgot to talk about what was laced with it.
Right.
Come on.
About the other stuff he had in there.
Please,
let's be honest here.
So, the worst crime a pothead or somebody that smokes weed is going to commit when they're on weed is maybe some theft. Like they might be hungry and want a candy bar.
Or they want the exact $10 for the bag. You understand? Like, for real. They're not in there stealing copper out of people's homes. Taking the windows out of people's houses.
And they're not starting bar fights.
For real. He don't want no smoke. He don't smoke. He wants to go directly to his life. He don't want to fight nobody.
No, people. But, the rest of that stuff. So that's like, I'm curious, man. There's,
let us know.
What do people think?
Like what? Right. What is the worst that could come from making this legal?
Throughout this
I don't
country.
Understand. Like, is it a plan? Who we figuring out who we're trying to get paid?
Or maybe it's because we still have too many people in prison for 15 years for selling weed.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And I swear, like, and that's where, when you said that about us being a great, that was the first place my mind.
I got you, because you didn't shut up and listen to me at first. That's why.
But I feel you. But dude, like, come on, man. There's millions of people in jail right now over exactly that.
But we still live in the greatest country with one of the worst governments ever. That's what I say. This country, man, I don't care. Do you want to?
It's great.
Hey,
it's
do
great.
You want to go to Africa and live?
It's great if the people run it. Sometimes I feel like that, brother.
Sometimes you do, right?
Yes, I do.
But do you really want to go live in Africa?
only because I don't know what's really going to be there. You understand?
Yeah, no clue.
Yeah, that's it. The only thing,
But
just like anything else, the
love
only thing is
the freedoms that you do have, and not saying we already know.
Right,
how
no,
much
no,
bullshit is, but you absolutely love the freedoms that you have in
Yes,
this country.
I do.
We have the freedom
Yes.
to sit here together
Yes.
and talk about what
Yes.
we're talking about and put it online. Right now, we're doing something that no one, and that's what's great about our ability. We're going to do this.
There's absolutely nowhere else I would want to live. You understand what I'm saying?
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
But our government is
there you go.
bullshit.
Yes. Total trash.
That and once again, it's something we'll get on because it's something we'll talk about even more later. But the biggest thing is terms for Congress. We've got career politicians who make $140,000 a year, yet retire because they're worth millions before they retire.
Sitting back getting paid off of crime.
So
we're just going to sit back and create situations where we could get more money.
So why
off of poor ass people?
So because that's what it comes down to.
That is.
If and I promise you, the media and all the bullshit, the fake ass shit you see out here on television and everywhere else, it's all blinders, man. Race. We know it is still a problem. Racism is still a big problem. But let me say this: racism is still a big problem, right? We absolutely know it is, but it's nowhere near as bad as people think it is, because I've met some of the most thugged out brothers on the planet. We've got more. I can't wait to tell y'all the Crip story. That was a good one, boy. I mean, it's hilarious. But we. Where was I even going with that one? See, let me get on track.
But the thing, it was my fault that you got off track too, because I did mess you up. But listen, this is the thing. And I swear, it's just like the marijuana thing. Like, it's about us, like for real. And just like the government being the same thing. Like in all things, it's just not marijuana. It's everything that's about our freedom. We got to stick together, bro.
Oh, and that's where I was going with that.
You understand what I'm saying? Why every time this country, and this is another thing, you want to know when we're the greatest country in the world?
When something happens bad.
You damn right. Let them blow up.
9/11.
Blow up a building. Greatest country in the world.
Let somebody,
greatest country in the world. We are the world.
Let somebody,
we are the children.
You know why the United States has never been, it will never be invaded by men? It will never happen because everybody owns guns.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, people got guns and they ain't supposed to have guns.
Another one.
Another one.
Right, another one. It's another one.
That's the thing that the media and the bullshit that's out here, we want to listen to it. We don't want to be independent thinkers. Okay, enough. And we allow them to divide us. It's not a black-white thing as much as people think. It's more of a rich-poor thing, which is something we're going to get into even more.
You already know.
The weed thing, man. Why?
And it's just.
Did you have something else that you want to say about the weed too?
I feel like that the weed is just like, it's just a probable cause. You understand? It's an easy way for me to say, hey, let me search this. Hey, let me look at this. I smell it.
So what are you saying? You saying the police? You saying there's some racial discrimination in the police sector still?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
I'm telling you, dude. We're just
right. I was just wondering.
We're doing a table of content.
I got one.
Yeah,
I definitely got it written down because guess what? It don't just happen to black people. It happens to poor white people.
Oh, TikTok exposes all that.
Oh yeah, and it happens to poor white people
absolutely.
too.
Like
white people. I had an incident. I'm poor, but I mean, shit. I mean, not only that, I mean, I told you about my brother that they confused me for my brother with their dumb shit. We'll talk about that later.
Absolutely.
But we know. Listen, law enforcement.
All you guys are not bad guys.
Absolutely, I'm an absolute 100% back the police.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I don't put back is the assholes.
Yeah, that's
that are on the police force.
And shit, there's assholes.
Hey, listen, if you're a cop, you know one. You know who I'm talking about. So that's another. There goes another time we're gonna get off because now we're talking about weed and saying there's some asshole cops.
Yeah.
They gonna find my license. Hey, I got this shit documented. but weed, man. Like, what? For real? Why? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, besides me saying the government, they don't know how to tax it.
Let's
right,
think
right?
about.
And the black community. You said you had another one? Was there something else, or was that it?
No, man. No, I mean, I'll always get caught with weed. I mean, shit. I'm gonna have it. You understand? Like, the euphoric feeling that I get from that, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, you understand?
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore was one of my favorite movies. And I don't think that there's nothing wrong with this if you do it responsible. That's my happy place, man. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Like,
hey, mind you, the man works 40 hours a week. He's got a job.
I got children that
by the way, summer's coming. He got a landscaping company. So, hey, hook a brother up for me. So not only is he gonna be working 40 hours a week at his job, he's gonna be doing some cutting grass and stuff like that with his cousin, man. Because it's about the hustle. It's about the grass. It's about doing the right shit, man. For real. But the bottom line, you smoke weed when you have your opportunity. It doesn't mean we walk around and we're smoking weed all day, okay, people?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, come on. He definitely don't. You understand? Yeah. I do it when I can, but we just don't feel like if somebody wants to do that, that should be their choice.
Absolutely,
and
man.
That's just like, come on, man. Just like we said, just don't, be responsible. When I say responsible, I'm not talking about smoking and doing something stupid. Just if you don't have enough money to do this, don't let the weed be the front.
Exactly, man. I mean, because listen, I go days. I mean, it's not. I don't have to like whenever that's not it. I mean,
right.
It's something like I said. It does. It is. But once again, it's great for the pain, right?
Right. Absolutely.
It's great for pain. It is great for depression. Like doctors are now prescribing marijuana for this. Like people now have med cards, so you can have a med card, but you can't smoke it for recreation.
Absolutely.
So. I want to bring up something else. But go ahead. No, please.
There's a great story about the addiction part of the marijuana, since it's an addiction. I remember my cousin one time, he was smoking. And, we've been smoking probably 2 years straight or something. And he was like, man, I feel like my tolerance is too high. I don't feel like this is getting me high anymore. And I was like, okay, so what you going to do? Because I'm thinking this man about to graduate to some other shit. So I was like, man, what are you talking about? And he was like, no, he was like, I'm gonna just chill. He was like, I'm gonna chill for. He was like, I'm gonna chill for 1 week. He was like, I'm gonna give it 1 week. He was like,
how was his withdrawals?
Nothing. He had no shaking, no nothing.
Right.
Turning to no animal. It's just every day he just had the urge.
Right.
And that's what he said. He said, I'm gonna fight that urge every day, and that's what he did.
And no withdrawals.
That's it.
So I want to talk, and this is more on the medicinal person, but. So I remember watching a documentary, it's like 12, 15 years ago, about a young girl who, 10 or 11, don't quote me on some of this, but the story, the family lived in New Jersey. And this is right around the time Colorado had became legal. So this girl had epilepsy. She was having 35 seizures a week. 35 seizures a week. This girl was 10 or 11 years old. She weighed like 38 pounds. People, 38 pounds, 10 or 11 years old. She was so skinny. I felt so bad when I watched it. She would have epilepsy. They heard about the CBD and the stuff, so they went and they got some CBD oil from Colorado. They went and got it, and then they gave it to the daughter, and she started to get better. So. It wasn't legal in New Jersey for parents to give their children CBD for health things. So they went and they picked up their family and they moved to Colorado. The girl went from 35 seizures a week to 35 seizures a year. I wish I knew what the girl's name was. I would love to look up on that story and see if that girl is still alive and how she's doing.
That was another story you was telling about. You was telling me to tell. That's
35, bro. 35 a week to 35 a year because they were.
I know that story, and that was a story about. Remember, my little cousin Jaden passed away from cancer. And I remember we were at the.
How old again?
Jaden was four when he died, right. I believe. And we were up at the cancer floor at Children's, and there was this guy that came in there. He was listening to Jaden, and he kept hearing him cry, and he was like, man, I know those tears, and it was me and my cousin Red, and Red was like. He was like, man, it's the most painful thing I hear. Red was like, it's the most painful thing I got to hear every day. And dude was like, man, you don't have to hear those. And Red was like intrigued. As he would be, you know what I mean? If I could do anything to stop my nephew from being in pain, I'll do it.
Right.
And he went in and told him like about CBD oils. Like he was like, man, he's like, I'm telling you, he's like, to our government, it's not legal, but it beats that.
Right.
You understand? It beats that.
Kid.
It beats
that baby.
Man, that's my
that baby.
You understand? And like, and if you know Red, what you do?
No.
he's rough around the edges.
A little bit.
About
them
kids, it turns them different.
Oh, he's soft as cotton when it comes to them kids,
yeah,
boy. But he's a straight, absolutely. He ain't even rough around the edges, but but he loved them babies.
Used to tear him up, like, you understand, like, and we never got the chance to do it, but dude definitely said, he was like, man, my baby don't do that to me no more.
Right.
And, that baby was suffering from leukemia, I believe.
So like, look, I mean, if you're watching this and that doesn't like make you feel something, like I understand.
Even the stories with the addictions to the opiates, like if somebody's going through pain, and you know that, like, what would you rather have your child on?
Oh, my kids can listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, if my kids are going through depression or if they're in an unfortunate accident and they got pain, my kids.
That's my.
Here's the marijuana. Here's the edibles. Here's the CBD.
I'll sit right here next to you.
Yeah, the you can keep the Vicodins and the Percocet and the Oxys, because then that's what leads you to your heroin.
Well, there you go.
You know
because then this has to go away.
And guess what? When you're out at a bar drinking a beer, guess what? Nobody's like, hey, let's go smoke this joint in the bathroom. You know what they say? Hey, let's go blow this line off this toilet, the back of this toilet seat.
Yeah, you dang right.
That's what they say. So there's your gateway drugs again, man.
Yeah.
Like people don't believe it, and that doesn't say every time you go out and get a beer that you're outdoors snorting coke. I'm not saying that, people. I'm just saying that I know what stuff leads to. I know what leads to what.
Like we said in the first episodes, man. He's 45, I'm 44. We done saw it, man.
Saw it or been through it.
Yeah, I'm not playing like it. I'm talking about everything. And y'all's going through these episodes, you're going to learn a lot. I hope just like this, we're enlightened. I hope we enlighten you. Like, it's nothing to take light of. You understand? Like, you're really out here dealing with somebody's freedom, and just to be bullies over a right that you should have. That's grown out the dirt.
Absolutely.
There's places you just go pick that up and start blowing on that.
Yeah.
Why is this a problem?
Why? But that's some more stuff for our government. That's some more stuff about our government. That's some more stuff about our government.
You gotta ask April.
I did.
Hey, go upstairs, baby.
Oh no, you're good. Look, man, we got the family here. Don't worry. Hey,
go up there,
take your little ass upstairs. Hey, go ask Aunt April. Sure, you can stay if they want you to. That's his little daughter.
Man.
Hey, but so for real, talking about the that's where we were, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What I wanted to say was, shit. No, damn it.
You gotta get it together. Hey, you can whoop her later.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna beat her bad. Okay, folks, I'm not gonna beat her
bad.
Or
you go smoke and just call that. Yeah.
There you go. Because I tell you what, that does work. Okay?
Yes, absolutely.
But on the whole we're on the opiate. Like we've been through this stuff, right? We have seen things, and I promise you, I think a big thing for me is people love to give their opinions. People absolutely love to give their opinions on shit. Absolutely love it, okay? And I love it. You love it. We love it. We're doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we love it. The thing is that there are people out there, that will help you, but it's all based on theory. What you're getting right now is practicality. It's life lessons. It's life experiences. It's things that we've learned from people that we saw, we heard. It's the practicality of it. It's not just based on theory.
Right. Well, the biggest thing about, like, when we talk about law and all that, and all these situations with the marijuana and all that, here go the thing to me. There's other dummies that are agreeing to this shit, like, for real. Do you understand? like there's other people that are like y'all got in a group and had to vote on this. How did it lose? Do you understand me? Unless you're people that don't understand, how did it lose?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, do you get that there is very good medicinal person? Do you get that people that smoke weed are not bad?
They're not.
And they're not all black.
Don't treat them.
They're
like
not all black.
Man, I see your people way more right now. It's disguised in a little stick now.
Hey, you can buy it at Exxon.
He vaping.
Yeah, you ain't lying. My people be on that shit
real
too.
shit. No lie.
So it's an everybody thing, guys. Like, it really is. So those of you who don't agree with it, it's okay, man. But try to be a little more open-minded on what it can do.
Please.
What it can
help
do.
the generations out. Don't have these kids out here. And that's another thing that we do. We're not thinking about the kids. You got a kid telling them they smoking dope. They smoking dope. That's what you're telling them because the kid had a blunt. As soon as you get in trouble, you say he's smoking dope. And then the boy go out there and he gets some real dope. Now, you done messed up his whole day. He messed up his whole mind.
Right.
Because dope is dope to a kid. It took forever. When somebody said weed was dope, it blew my mind. What you mean? No. We smoke this and go right back home. We ain't never found none of my friends up or nothing.
No.
For real. So what are we really talking about?
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about?
For
Why?
real.
Why is this something? Hey, listen, if you don't agree, we understand, man.
Absolutely.
But I'd love to hear why you don't, why you disagree.
Me myself, like, I wish I did have the power not to smoke it, but when I did, this is what it made me feel like. I wish that I would have smoked it before. And when I say before I went to college. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you was like, man, you was a goodie. This cat was a
goodie.
I
had that Bible.
Oh, man, he was, yeah.
I did, no lie.
Yeah, he was a goodie too.
I tried, but when
first time you got drunk was me, you, Chad,
you
PJ.
That would not But
I know they're like, hey, when they see this, they're gonna crack up. They remember. They're like, oh yeah.
But for real. But
hey, by the way, he was 18.
Absolutely. And when we
but
when I went to college and got exposed to smoking, now I don't know how to take it. Now I don't know how to balance all this shit. Do you understand? Now my balance is like, oh shit, I'm high. How the hell do I get studying, football practice, and the work study done?
Right.
Do you understand?
See, now me, I was smoking at 15. I didn't smoke during football season. Coaches, I didn't smoke during football season. I was about that football life there for 4 solid years, but I was exposed to it, so I was already prepared for how do I get this studying done? Well, I'm not. I'm gonna go chase girls.
No lie.
So I learned that early.
There you go. That's my point exactly. You know what I saw the nerds doing? The so-called nerds, and you guys are not nerds. You are brilliant people.
Absolutely brilliant people. But you're still nerds because it's still just cool. I mean, look.
But
I love nerds. I need a nerd. We need nerds to help us with this stuff.
If they call you
call
a nerd,
me.
Please get in touch with me. If they call you
I need your help.
Absolutely. But the so-called nerds, this is what they're doing. And I'm sitting there like, how the hell you do that?
Listen,
I'm sitting there read.
I ain't gonna put nobody out there, but I do know a brother that graduated me. Okay, one of the smartest dudes we know. He was the same age as me. This dude went to Harvard, and he is one of. And this brother, he found weed his senior year, right?
For real, man.
Hey, but I'm telling.
Hey, to each its own, man.
Yeah, but this dude is, and he's smarter than just about anybody I know.
I think he had his own curriculum in school.
No, he might have, dog.
He did his own thing.
But for real, like that's crazy. Like it, but. Look, he's another young. Hey, when I said brother, he is a white dude, but he's the brother, man. This motherfucker,
Hey, Mon Valley folks, please understand, we are from Menneson, but we got love for every single last one of y'all.
Oh, absolutely. We did say, I got some Denora homies.
Yeah,
they watching this,
yes,
man.
absolutely.
They already know they are. I ain't gonna put their names out there because it might incriminate some.
BVA all the way. Yeah,
some of them.
BVA got their name back last
year.
year.
Oh, they definitely. They got some.
Hey.
I mean, my kids go there, man.
Yeah,
I got, I got to give them props. And hey, man, we transplanting in a little bit.
Networking.
We got a lot, but hey, man, really, we got to wrap this up because see, we've been going now for about 45 minutes. But look, I hope we got a little spice. We tried to add a little spice. It's gonna get a little spicier. Get ready.
No doubt.
I'm telling you, because you see where we're going with this. But on a real topic, though, man, the real thing is why really is weed still illegal in this country?
Right. Forget the state, like in the country.
Yeah, forget the state. Forget the state because
are
alcohol,
right.
caffeine, and nicotine, once again, they're legal drugs in this country. They are drugs. They are. I should have looked up the classifications. I ain't real good with research yet, but I'm figuring it out. But,
yeah, we're starting it.
Yeah, we getting started. But
we haven't been to school in a long time.
And I only took one semester at W&J before they asked me to leave real politely. But yeah. So I mean, I'm curious, man. And if you guys got something you want to say on this topic, I dig it. Please bring it.
Pro, con, whatever. We take
all. Oh, absolutely. Please, man. And like I said, guys, the big thing, man, like keep liking the videos, man. Like the videos, subscribe, put it out there to anybody you know, man. We really listen. It's not going to take long. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Me myself, I want to hear a negative weed story.
I would love. Yeah, like or somebody who is against the legalization of weed.
Yes,
absolutely.
Please.
Oh, absolutely. Please. That's a great idea.
Like please.
Somebody.
Lead us in the right way, so we'll understand why you feel the way you feel, and
because right now I have no clue. I don't understand.
We do not.
I don't understand.
We're lost on this. We're lost on the reasoning
why people don't want marijuana legalized in this country.
Really do.
I am truly lost. If you believe that, I'll have a conversation with you on the phone, man. I mean, listen, I told you, we want to take this to where we can have guests in here and we can speak to other people and bring people in here that are different, that have we have a topic and we bring somebody in here like, somebody that's really got a serious difference in it with us, whatever the topic might be, and we also want to start doing this phone thing. So what we need to do that stuff is we need likes and we need people to subscribe.
Yes.
I mean, that's what we need, man. This is going to be... You said something. I wanted to bring this up. I almost forgot about it. The first episode, I believe. And because I had rewatched it a couple times, and you said something about, we're not trying to change anybody. Remember you saying that?
Mm-hmm. So
maybe I took it wrong, but because me personally, I'm trying to change as many people as I can.
Well, I'm not. When I say I'm not trying to change you, I'm not trying to beat you to change. You understand?
No.
I'm not trying to beat you up.
So you do. You're just like me. I want to change as many people as I can, and some of you might get turned off. It's cool.
Exactly.
I dig
That's what
it.
I'm saying. I'm not going to beat you to change.
Yeah, I'm definitely not, man. I'm absolutely not.
Hopefully, the genuineness of this, if that's a word, that's a term.
It's word enough. I think everybody understands.
Mr. Graphiotis, I'm sorry. You understand? But if that's the case, that's what I want it to be. Just like I said, maybe people are going to change my mind
absolutely.
if we start interacting.
Absolutely. Oh, because we have a good one for that too.
Right. And
that's going to be coming up real soon.
If you got me beat, you got me beat. If you shut me up, you shut me up.
Absolutely, man. I mean, so yeah, listen, once again, man, like, subscribe, man, appreciate everybody. We're going to talk to you again, real soon, man. You want more than one episode a week, man. Start hitting that like, and I know I'm going to be on that, all right? I'm pressing that. You got to hit them likes, man. You got to subscribe. I mean, you want us to bump it up to 2 a week. I'm ready to start going. I'm ready to start doing this. You guys just got to, feedback is important, man. Communication is important. All right.
If you got a friend that you feel like they will feel us, let them know.
Let them know. Put them on, man. We want to hear from everybody. All right.
Just like we said before, let's grow together, man.
Absolutely, man. Peace out, y'all.
Y'all have a good